was trying to create a new table.
Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was trying to create new table and like, can you just explain once the primary key? How can I
Can you show your
like?
screen? Share your screen.
Yeah, sure. So if I want to connect this and some other table with a foreign key.
First thing what
Hello.
we had discussed, for giving foreign key, you need to have the data element what is there in the standard only.
Okay.
You cannot just directly create some Z custom table and give the custom fields and
Hmm.
everything custom and go to give the standard foreign key relationship. It is not possible like that. So here you have a student ID. So I don't think we have anything like student master in the SAP.
Okay.
Yes, we do not have.
So, ma'am, if we are having some,
Yes, if you are having some relation with what your custom table with the standard available tables, only then you
then
can
only.
use it.
Okay. Okay.
The purpose only is like that, right? If you see why
Yeah.
do we want to give foreign key relation, we are just making the data more secure.
Hmm.
That's all.
Okay, ma'am. No problem.
Understood, right?
Yes, yes.
So you clear about the table, everything, creating table and all.
Yes, creating table, adding entries,
Acha, did
and
you add entries and checked on the primary keys? Can you just show me?
yes.
Okay.
So yeah,
Hmm.
if I enter any employee ID, it
Very
will
well.
banner.
Yes, you got the idea of primary key, right?
Yes, yes. So same ID cannot be stored in the.
Mhm. Okay, fine. Yes, if you're clear about that thing, for next topic we'll go.
Yeah.
Can you stop the sharing?
Okay, ma'am.
So let me know once you see this. So today we will discuss about structures. What are structures? Why do we need structures? Okay. So if you go see on the screen, if you go to SE11, there is view button, there is view, there is database, there is view, there is data type. This is type group, domain, search help, and log updates. The data element and domain that we were discussing while creating table, right? We can create them through this radio button also.
Mm.
Understood? So this will be an assignment for you. Create domain and data element using these two radio button. Data element you can create using this one. Domain you can create using this. It will take you to the same screens only. Everything will remain
Like
same.
I have to give
See, suppose I'll give
name
myself
here only. Okay.
name underscore white, right? I'm creating some data element. I want to create it. Just enter that name and click on create. It will ask you if you are creating data element, structure or table type. Select data element and go ahead. Got it?
Okay.
So this will be an assignment for you. Like create data element and table using data type and domain radio button.
So what should I enter in the domain? The same
Domain
as
same name underscore EID. I'll say DD. And if I create, it will take me to the domain field screen.
hmm.
This you have done already, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So just do this. Today we will discuss something about search helps. Sorry, the structures. Structures is what are structures? Structures are something like you can in SE11 there is a data type radio button. Provide the structure name. Click on create. Select the radio button structure. Enter and provide the short description. Provide the component in component types. See the main thing. Why do we need a structure? Structure and tables are quite similar. What are all the data your structure has? Similarly, your table also has. See, you have created some table already, right? What is the table? Table name. So you have created a table. Now you can create the same structure with these columns only. So I'll go again to SE11 and try to create one structure. For creating structure, this is the radio button. Go to Z struct underscore table new. I'm just creating a random structure. Give some name and click on create. Here you'll have to select structure radio button and click on OK. So again, how you create a table? Give a description here. Structure for
Like structure means the
I'll
another
just
table
explain.
only. Okay.
Structure for employee table. Okay, and the field I'll make it as same only then. I'll try here. This first mandate field is not required. And here no nothing like we have what do you call key field and everything is not present here. Structure as in as the name indicates, structure is like we are it's just like a box. Getting?
Yeah.
We are just using it for declaration or something, or we want to use it for some intermediate internal tables and everything. So we'll see. I just used it back here. This is my structure. So now if you see the structure, it will show here structure, and if in table, it will show it as transparent table. The main fundamental difference between a structure and a table is table has data, but for structure, you cannot give data, neither you will see any data in it. Got it?
Yes.
Structures are only used internally when we execute any programs. If you want internally to process of any data, that time only we will require structures. Okay. Basically, structure will not have any data. So that table content button is also not there here. And in utilities, insert table is also not there. Insert entry is also not there. It is just the random black box of the columns what are present in table. You're creating it for structure. Using how do we use it? Just understand what is structure. How do we use it? We'll see when we write a programs.
Yeah.
Okay. So just I'm just giving you objects. What are the objects we can require for writing a program? All those we will see first. We will make sure we understand those first. Okay. So you're getting concerned. What is structure?
Yes.
Structure is same as a table, but the only difference is But it's not
Does not
necessary
have
that
data.
the table structure should have what are there in the table. You can create your own structure also with your own field, just like table. Other than the employee name, middle, any name, any fields which are not created in the table, you can give it in structure also. Getting the purpose you will later on understand. Right now you don't understand like why do we need all these things. It's
Mm.
it's just like why do we need table? It's if we do not have any answer for that. Just to store some data, you can say. Why do we need structure? To process the data internally. So for that we will require a structure. So for creation of structure remains same. In fact, it is easier than creating a table. Just enter the structure name in SE11 using data type radio button. Then it will ask you one more radio button that is structure. You should select that and you will come into this screen. So here, what are the mandatory things? Short description and your components. Components are your columns and component types are your data elements, right?
Component types are.
Are your data elements. Getting right?
Yes.
Just see if you have any doubt. There is no other activity of structures. It's just you create some box here and
Fields.
if you
Mm.
want, you can use it later. Okay. That is how this is called global structure. There are in structure also we have some two types of structure, global structure and local structures. Global structures are created using SE11 like this, but local structures are created using inside the program, ABAP editor. Got it? So global structures, we will reuse them globally present. Local structure, we cannot reuse them. Local structure will be used only in that particular program where you have declared it. Okay. So today we will see what is ABAP editor. Today we will discuss on ABAP editor. So the T code for ABAP editor is slash N SE38. You can write it down.
Slash SE38.
Only SE38 is the T code for ABAP editor.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the screen looks like this. This is the screen for ABAP editor. So there is one field like program. Here you will enter the program name. And there are some objects here. They are not required for now. It's just see if in this screen you have some buttons like check, activate and execute. Right. This is various entries. This is like environmental analysis. These all never you'll not use them. Okay. I'll just for explaining you structures, we will just create one program. So what I'll say z test underscore structure. I'll say you can give any name starting with Z. Okay. And click on create. So here something like this will appear and give the short title program to create local structure. Okay. And here after this is called, there is something called type. This is mandatory. Once this is
Executable.
added, and type should always be your executable program. Then save, nothing else. Save and save to local objects. Your program is created. Now you will see something like this. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So once you enter into this report program screen, you can see the program is in inactive condition.
Inactive.
Okay. Just click on act because we have not written any what do you call program lines. So just activate, it will get activated. Right. So today we will discuss about creating local structures. These are this symbol and star symbol. These are the two symbols are used for comment lines,
Comment.
right? So after this,
Both are.
whatever you write, you will not, that is not executable lines.
Okay.
Okay. So these are for comments. Local structure. I think it's same for Java also.
Yes, it is hashtag for Java.
This asterisk is for here also, and this double colon is also a comment line.
Double colon. How many times?
One single is also. After this
Okay.
also I can write. Get it?
Mm.
So this is a comment lines. How do we create a local structure now? The syntax for local structure is like this. First types, speaking of your structure name. Suppose I'll give structure name py local structure, comma, and field 1, field 2, field 3, and so on. And end of py local structure. Got it? So these field ones are like your inside columns. What are all the columns? Suppose we had created a global structure, right? So you can give the same columns also. But here you'll have to give a something like declaration type that table, this table name, and hyphen this field name. Got it? We will repeat the same type
Oh, yes. Employee ID type center.
name, middle name type middle name,
After type, we have to write the table name. Okay.
table name, and that column name. I'll just take only three. And once you enter, write everything, just there is a button called Pretty Printer. If you click on Pretty Printer, the alignment will come proper, right?
Mm.
So you don't have to again make a spaces and everything, alignment things, you don't worry about. Just click on this Pretty Printer, your alignment will be proper automatically. And now you save this program. Now you check is there any errors? No components with middle name because middle name spelling got wrong. MIDDL. Right? Activated. I'll just show once more. If I directly click on activate also, it will give me error. Display error. So no component exists with middle name. So if when this error comes, right, this shows the line number where exactly that error is. Right, line 10. So
Mm.
if otherwise you can double click on that, it will take directly to that position where exactly the error is coming. Okay.
Mm.
So the error is like MIT spelling mistake in the column name. Now I'll activate it. It is activated.
Save. Yeah.
Yes, saving also. Once you activate, it will get saved automatically.
Okay.
Okay, this is your local structure. Again, so just like that structure, global structure in SE11 you have created, you can call this structure in here or in your program. You can call this structure in your program, but you cannot use this local structure in any of the other program. Getting? This local structure can be used only in this program. But when you create a structure in global in SE11 code, that you can use in any number of programs. That is the main difference. Okay, getting?
Yes.
Okay, this is the main.
So when we create a structure in the SE11, it is global,
Yes,
and in the ABAP editor, it is local structure.
yes, correct.
Okay.
Right. Once you create a structure, we have something called internal tables. So internal table, now we have seen till now we have seen the tables in SE11. Now we want to see internal tables. What are internal tables? Right? Internal tables are the tables we use for processing of data in our program. Right. So we have to write a select query. We have to get data from the database table. Then we want to do some modifications on the data. Right. So we want if we have some material data, I don't want to see the quantity in your quantity in unit of their weight in kgs. I want to see them in grams. Now you have to convert that data. So all this processing, or if you have some amount field, you want to show amount in other currencies, USDs, INR. So all those conversions and making of processing and everything we will do only on internal tables. If you remember, we had discussed selecting data from database table, and changing that table data will be a difficult. It is not allowed also. So first what you have to
Yes.
do, select that data into your local table, then perform all the operations on your local internal table. You
Mm.
cannot alter the data from database table. What are the standard SAP table?
Standard. Yeah.
Right. So you can only alter in your internal tables. Internal tables are program specific. Like if you declare one internal table in your this program, you cannot reuse in that in your different program. It is just like local structure. It is visible only to that program where you have declared it.
Okay.
Getting it. So today we will discuss how to declare an internal table. Internal table is the collection of records. Internal tables are temporary tables. That means data in the internal table won't save anywhere in the SAP. Correct. So we will select the table data from SAP table, standard SAP table, and store it in our internal tables. Okay. So internal tables are dynamic, has a dynamic memory location. That means no need to provide the size of the internal tables. Correct. The scope of the internal table is up to that program. Just like I've said, you cannot reuse internal table declared in one program in another program. Placing the data to the internal table as well, getting the data from the internal table always by record. Okay, this you will understand later. Syntax for declaring internal table. Data, internal table, type table of table. So how do we declare an internal table? It, using data statement. Suppose I'll say internal table. IT underscore table is my internal table. Type table of you can give this structure also. Save and activate. You can give this structure also, or you can give any standard table also. If you remember, Mara is one standard SAP table, right?
Here, internal table, we give the name of already existing structure or already existing name
Yes.
table.
And a type should be always whatever already present structure or table, anything.
Hmm.
And you can give your SUGI table also you have created. You can
We
give
are
this
okay.
name also.
Structure name.
No, this is a table, right? That's, acha, this is structure, correct.
Structure.
This one is a structure. And you can give your table also. Table underscore new. That is also fine. So whatever the type table you give, right? This internal table also will have those columns only. If you give this structure, then it will have only these three columns. If you give this table, you double click on that table name, it will take you to that table. It will have all these columns, right? Whatever the type you give, internal table also will have those columns. Any doubts? Just recollect what were discussed. Try to understand.
So why we are like internet table is creating for our
Processing of data.
processing of data.
You can write it down. You can write down this.
Internal table.
You can write down this one.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So are you clear about internal tables?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how we declare an internal table. Today we will discuss also about select query. How to write a select query. Let's just discuss how to write a select query. If you know, select queries are used for writing,
Fetching data.
fetching data from the database, right? So I'll write the syntax of select query is select table. The syntax is like this. So how will you write select? Suppose I'll just select data from the table you have created. One only, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll select the data from this Z table you have created, right? So what I'll do, select what are all the columns you need that you have to specify in this. I'll say employee ID, name and middle name. I'll go employee ID, name, middle name. From database table name is the set table underscore new. Right. Into your internal table. Into table is your internal table. So for whatever table you are writing internal table in select query, your internal table also should be declared with that type table only. Right. If you're selecting from Z table underscore new, your internal table has to be declared with that type table. Right. So I'll just give it here IT table.
IT table is a name of internal.
Internal table. Yes. This is your select query. Just understand this one.
So it is just like we write in SQL select star from
Select star
specific
also
column.
you can write, but like to make it
It's
more
just specific columns we are fetching.
mostly select performance wise select if we are not using all the columns, why to select them?
Yeah, right, right.
Mostly we prefer to performance wise also you always give the columns.
Yeah. So the specific columns will come into internal table for our
Only these three
process.
column will come into data will come in your table. This that table underscore new. Sorry, internal table.
Right, yeah.
Data for only these two, but you will see column for all, but data will be present only for.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now we will see how will you see the data inside the, how do we execute it? If you want to execute it, we will just put a breakpoint here, debugging. You also have a concept of breakpoint, right, in Java?
No, I don't recall anything else.
Breakpoint is used for debugging. I'll just put a breakpoint here. This is the syntax breakpoint, hard-coded breakpoint syntax. So if now I have given something like this, now we'll execute it. Execute is this button, this square, right? So something like this screen will come. This is called debugger screen. So more on debugging we will discuss in our further sessions. This is not allowed because you have to have so many things understood first. Then after debugging will come. Okay. We will see complete debugging in some other future classes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will just see how your select query performs. You have declared an internal table, how your internal table looks like. So if you double click, it's something like this screen will appear. There are multiple tabs, desktop 2, 3, 1, standard structures. You should always go to desktop 3. This is your standard text, debugging screen tab. So double
Desktop.
click on IT underscore table. So it will come like this here. Okay, in any of the internal tables or say work area, you should double click on it to see the what are the data inside it. If you see, it is showing 0 on the cross 8. That means there is no entry in the table, but you can see all the columns. The
Yeah.
columns will be same as you have declared type, these columns, right? Internal table also has all those columns which you have declared in your Z table, right?
No.
And if you select data for these three columns, how will data looks like? Your IT underscore table will have some data. F, this is the button F5, F5. Function key F5 you have to use to execute each line. So from here, breakpoint it stopped. I did F5. It has come to select. Then now once again I did F5. Has come to this line 29 line. Now you can see there is some data 7 data. But if you open, you have data only for these three columns. Middle name it is not come. Okay. Okay. The problem here it is here is shifting. The data got shifted, right?
Yeah.
Mandate should come, whatever 1, 2, 3 should come in employee ID, then employee name. So for this
Later
reason,
it
what you have
could
to
be
do, yes,
banded.
what you have to do,
Add banded.
you can add mandate also. So to finish this, to complete this debugging screen, what you have to press F8, this fourth button. These are the four buttons only we will use for execution. First is step by step execution line by line, and last is directly finish it. It will close and come to that program, right? So I will add a mandate also here now. Save and activate. Okay. Now again, if you want to execute this button. It will stop here. Now you have to press this first button. Go to first desktop tree. Press in this button. It will come to select statement line 22. Now you see there is no data in the table. Okay. So press again F5. This first single step. Once you execute this select query, once after this select query breakpoint comes, then you will see data in your table, right side. So now if you double click on this internal table, you will see the data. See,
Yeah.
now it is correct. And rest all the columns which you have not written in select query, it is empty.
Good.
Right?
Hmm.
You have access to the same system, right?
Hello.
You also have the access to 800 client only.
Uh, how I get to know that one?
Okay, maybe no, because you are able to access whatever tables I am creating, right? Then we are on the same system.
Yes, I am able to access them.
Then we're good. Okay, so just pause for 2 minutes. Just
Yeah.
go through this and let me know any doubts. Internal table,
Yes.
because the internal table is very much important topic. Internal
Ma'am,
tables, select query, understanding.
okay. Ma'am, we are writing data colon IT table. So IT table will be same for every time,
What I said?
like
Hmm.
data colon IT table. So IT table is the internal table name.
Hmm. Yes.
We can give any name here.
Yes, you can give any name.
Okay. And break, ma'am, I didn't understood like why this break point you have
You
written.
just know. See, if I'm not giving breakpoint, how will you, if you execute, it will not stop now. It will
Mhm.
directly finish the execution and we won't see any data, right? To understand step-by-step processing of the program, you will write breakpoint. So it is not prescribed. In your final programs, you don't write breakpoint and stop everything. You will have a output. We have not created any output here. That's why I had put the breakpoint. Because if I write for lines for showing output, you will get confused. We are only discussing the select query here.
The query.
More program like this, more confusion. It's like that. So that's why just understand internal table and select query. So next we have something like types of internal table, but I think we will discuss in next session because it will get confused.
Yeah.
Today, what I'll suggest, today I'll suggest just please go through select query, write a select query for your own different tables. If you create one more table and write that select query, or you
Hmm.
can write your select query for standard tables also and execute. Try to execute use like this breakpoint and breakpoint and execute. Declare an internal table or decrease the columns, increase the columns, some all those things if you want to use, you can use. Till now there is no doubt, right?
Ma'am, with in local structure, like why we write this begin and end
Right.
local structure? Why we write that begin of and end of
Begin of means starting of the structure. This is the syntax for writing. Why is
syntax?
not
Okay,
syntax?
it
This
is
is
fixed.
syntax.
So it is fixed. We have to write the begin of
Yes.
it of everything.
Yes.
So employee ID is a field name type,
Hmm.
and the domain. Sorry, not domain. Z table, table name. After type, what we have written here, Z table new employee,
Which one?
uh, structure, local structure.
Hmm. Z table and this is the table name. Z table underscore new is your table name. I think I'll have to restart my system. Okay. This is the name of that type. Z table
Okay,
underscore new is this table name, and this employee underscore ID
field.
is your column name, field name.
Yeah, got it. Yes, ma'am. So I'll, ma'am, what did that assignment you said in the starting? Like,
Yeah, write it down.
yeah,
Create a domain and data element using SE11 keycode.
domain. Create a domain,
Comma data element using keycode SE11. Radio button for data element is data type.
data type.
Yes, this one. This radio button is for data element. You can write it
So
down.
here we have to give the data
The
element name.
type name and click on create. Write it down. Radio button data type is for creating data element, and domain radio button is for creating domain. Inside details are all same only.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this will be your assignment and understand about internal table and select query for today.
Stop. Yeah. Okay.
You are clear about it, right?
Yes. Yes.
And what is the difference of local structures, global structures?
Local and yeah.
Global structures are once one we create
SC11.
in them,
Yeah.
and local structure is what we created in SC program.
ABAP editor. Yeah.
Editor. Yes. How do you work the ABAP editor? What is the keycode for ABAP editor?
SC38.
Yes. SE38 is the keycode for ABAP editor. Once you go to ABAP editor, you will give a program name. So this I can do this particular one. You will give a program name here and click on here, create. So
Create.
give one title. Will give the description of the program, like program for this that. And one more, there is a drop down. If you remember, executable.
Hmm.
Executable program drop.
Executable code. Yeah. Right.
Yes. You have to give these two entries. Then click
Ma'am,
on.
screen is it's paused.
No, I'm not showing anything.
Okay. Okay. So I thought.
This program is already created.
Okay. I'll refer the recording.
Hmm. Or you can write it down. I'll tell you. Go to T-code SC38.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe I have in my slide. System has, yeah, that's fine. Okay, write it down. Go to T-code SC38.
Yeah.
Give the program name. Program name should start with Z.
Program name. Create.
Then click on create. New screen will open. There, give the title.
The title. Executable code.
Yes, drop down executable program. So, type as executable program
Yeah. After that,
and save directly.
save.
Yes. After save, that local object space window will come. Select local object and you will enter the program.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
What is it? So just practice on this. Understand? And further, we can say tomorrow. So, yeah, it's clear about it, right? Something.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we will stop for today's session. And because I just want to select variant internal tables are very much important. You do the subtracted and we will discuss the next topics in next session.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, I am just recording.